Bishrisawa is my name and the staff of St. Joseph Catholic Hospital, Nkwanta South, and I've been working for the past 9 years, and now a critical care nurse. With our challenges within 2022 to 2024 till now, we have been having conflicts, and which have displaced about 14% of our staff. With these challenges, I was able to write a proposal to management, and with their support, we've been able to create an emergency response team that was able to manage all our conflict patients. And per 2021 to 2023 maternal mortality audit, we have 3 deaths. And with the recovery ward that have been created, we have a 0 mortality from 2024 to 2025 now. And these have also brought about a lot of management when it comes to managing our patients in St. Joseph Catholic Hospital. I want to appreciate the fact that when it comes to managing of our patients, there used to be some challenges, but now with our emergency response team in place and the recovery ward, we have reduced mortalities when it comes to our inpatient mortalities, preventable mortality when it comes to post-operative cases. And I want to appreciate GRNMA for giving me this platform to be able to exhibit this project that will be able to manage all our patients. And I want to say that when given this opportunity as a national best nurse, I will make sure that there is equitable care for all patients at the rural areas. Thank you very much.
Mrs. Ruth Akujan, Rural Service Award.
My name is Constance Ochre Osiba, a senior staff midwife currently working at Brai Nkwanta Chips under the Nchumuru district under Oti and Volta region. I was reshuffled to Brai Nkwanta Chips compound in May 2024 to be the resident midwife. Upon my arrival, I realized that there were enough home deliveries and infrastructure for the services of the midwifery. So I took it upon myself to send the services to the doorstep of the people using a mobile clinic, and also to liaise with the opinion leaders of the community through my in charge and through the district assembly. Currently, we have a maternity block.
It's yet another edition of your favorite Nurses TV, and that is the Nurses Cafe. But today, like we did some days ago, is the International Nurses Day, special edition for the International Nurses Day. But this time round, we are not going to have our interview here. We've had a conversation with someone who has made history and achieved a legendary status. So, if you're right behind your scenes and your friend is not, copy the link and make sure you share it. This is the special edition of the International Nurses Day, Nurses Cafe. And before we go into the main event for the night, we have the group behind the planning, ensuring that this year's celebration becomes one of the best we've seen so far. So to start it off, we have the planning committee here with us, going to tell us everything we are to expect for this year's celebration. Guys, welcome to the special edition of Nurses Cafe for the International Nurses Day.
Thank you.
When you people come into the house, then you are giving us pressure. You are giving us plenty pressure. Okay. Welcome.
Thank you.
And can you tell us what's happening for this year's International Nurses Day?
Okay.
Maybe you want to introduce yourself first before you take us through.
Thank you, Sir Kobe. My name is Victoria Nawi.
Okay.
I'm the secretary for the planning committee.
I see. So you have been doing all the up and down and since. How about you?
I'm Janet Ogejuki, a member of the planning committee.
Wow. You were here with us on International Day of the Midwife, right?
Yes.
And you gave us so many filler around your work and all that. It means you've taken that experience all the way to the committee.
Exactly.
How has the feeling been like?
It's been good. It's been great. and we have more to give.
I see. Mr. Boniface.
You've done the introduction already.
No. That one is between you and I. So,
Right.
just give us something official.
Yeah, so I'm Boniface Kokwabero, and I'm also a member of the committee. Yeah.
So what's been happening, Sister Vic?
Yes. So we are here on behalf of the planning committee, which is led by Colonel Baidautu retired. Let me use this platform to wish her a happy Mother's Day. She has been a good leader to us, a good chairperson who directs us as to what to do. So, as we all know, every year, as part of GRNMA activities, we commemorate the International Nurses Day. And as part of the preparations, the National Executive Committee of GRNMA, led by our president, our Madam President, Mrs. Perpetual Furiampofo, puts together a committee that is in charge of planning activities for the commemoration. So that's what we started, and it's almost coming on live and colored on Tuesday, God willing, on the 12th May 2026.
So before you give us the details of what is that, and I'm sure Jane is going to do that, right?
Yeah.
Boniface, why is it important in the first place for us to celebrate?
Yeah, I think it is worth it for the general public to know what nurses are doing in this modern era.
Yeah.
So the theme for this year speaks much to tell people about the kind of nursing fields that we have.
Okay.
And it's our nurses, our future, empowered nurses saves life.
Okay.
So it's to tell us that when we empower the ordinary Ghanaian nurse, the nurse is able to deliver. The nurse is able to do a lot to achieve that which the public is expecting for each nurse to do.
Okay.
So I think it is time for us to reflect as nurses, and in this era or in this modern day of AI, when we are empowered, we can do a lot in our fields of work. So I think it is very good a team this year that we can work on, and we can look at it to tap into the potential of most of our nurses. Yeah.
Hi, Sister Jane.
Hi, Corey.
Yeah. So what are we doing to celebrate nurses this year? What exactly is happening? Can you tell us what you've been doing, what you've been putting together as a planning committee?
Yes. So for some few past weeks, the committee has been meeting to put together activities that will be held on the day, which is coming on the 12th of May, coming Tuesday. It's going to be an exciting celebration, a lunch and a celebration here. We are expecting dignitaries across board, and we are bringing together stakeholders in the health field, so that not only in the health field, but other stakeholders that will come together to share insights, to inspire us on that day. We are expecting our Honorable Minister for Health. We are also expecting our Parliamentary Select Committee Chairman for Health. We are also expecting other dignitaries like the WHO country rep, Dr. Fiona Braka.
Yeah.
Yes.
She has been she's been all over the place in a good way.
Yeah.
Like having quite a lot of engagement.
Yeah.
And it's super exciting to know that you guys have been able to
Pull
do
it
this
along.
behind
Yeah.
the scene, make sure you are having the WHO
Country director, yeah.
coming to International
Such an
Nurses
event.
Day,
Very well.
and you have the minister coming in.
We also have the
We want
chief
all the
labor.
stakeholders on board.
Hey,
Yeah, the chief labor boss too will be
the thing is
around.
Crazy.
Yes.
And where is this whole activity going to happen? Did you finish with the other guests?
No, we
Oh,
are not done.
really?
Yes.
It's fully packed
We
enough.
we are also bringing the president of the Nigerian Association of Nurses and Midwives.
Igwe.
Yes,
We are going
yes,
international.
to see you.
Yes.
Really?
Our brothers from Nigeria
Really?
are also joining us this
Is
year.
there going to be anything on Jollof and all
And
that?
there is also one important dignitary.
Yeah.
Tell us.
We are bringing on board Professor Florence Mab, who is the Dean of the School of Nursing and Midwifery at the University of Ghana. Yes.
You mean Prof who was officially profed?
Yes. Wow. In fact, she's a keynote speaker for the day.
Wow.
So expect more from her.
I've heard her on a number of occasions. Her demeanor, her demure.
Yeah.
She's so down to earth, but carries lots of
So Kobe,
information. And
she's going to take us through from academia into the clinical.
Wow.
So that's how it's going to be. That's why she's going to be the keynote speaker. So from academia, then to the clinical aspect. Yes. So that we'll get to know how these two can.
I mean, how they are married together.
Exactly.
I see. The Director General for Health.
Yes.
Ghana Health Service.
Yes.
Director General.
You are not
Ghana
done.
Health Service. You are
Not done.
I told you expect more from us.
And to add, all the heads of facilities, teaching hospitals, our nurse managers are also coming on board.
Health training institutions,
Yes.
principals from our health training institutions, Director for Nursing and Midwifery Services.
Wow.
Dr. Mrs. Evamensa would also be there. So we are bringing on board a lot of stakeholders, and it's going to be very much inspiring. The celebration will be held right here at the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association
Head office.
at Shiashi.
Yeah.
Yes.
At the Dosia Kisei Hall.
Oh, exactly.
Yes,
Doctor.
Dr. Dosia Kisei Hall. And it's going to be so much fun, so much learning and networking.
I have seen some rehearsals and things going on, and it has to do with one special feature that goes on within the celebration. That has to do what exactly it is. You see some people holding lamps and all that. Why? You are doing some alternative power for the house. What exactly?
Yes. So the International Nurses Day is always commemorated to remember the commitments and the dedication of Florence Nightingale.
Okay.
Yes. So with that, it's like a role play for us to depict what nurses do, the cadres of nursing we have, the specialties we have, to display them so that the whole world will know that it's not just about general nursing. We have different cadres, we have pediatricians, orthopedics, nurses in different fields. So that's what it comes in to depict. And it tells a whole story of how a nurse should be at his or her field of practice. It's actually a solemn moment for us as nurses and midwives. That is why in every celebration we always inculcate it in the celebration.
That is what you call rallying around the lamp.
Kobe, and let's to add to what my Honorable Secretary said, it also depicts the theme for this year. We are going to see how these nurses have been empowered. We are going to see the various cadres of nursing. They are going to tell us what they do at the facility level. So you're going to hear somebody say, she is an orthopedic nurse. Yes. You hear somebody also say, she is a neonatal nurse.
Okay.
You get it. Somebody also telling you, I am an ophthalmic nurse. So we get to know that though we are celebrating Nurses Day, there are different cadres in this profession. And together, we form that body of nursing. So this team and this year's IND, with Rally Around the Lamp, is going to be so much
interesting
to watch.
But we also expect to see a nurse researcher as part of the people rallying around the lamp.
I think it's novel.
Yes.
It's
nurse
novel.
researcher, nurse educator, nurse administrator. We are bringing all these people on board on Tuesday.
Oh, so after the nurse orthopedic, nurse now we are introducing the nurse researchers, the nurse academia,
Administrators and all
I have a feeling this was equally masterminded by your committee chair.
Exactly.
The Colonel.
It's one thing she attaches passion to, you know, so.
And I think Colonel is one of the outstanding figures we have within the association who have empowered most of us in many ways in leadership, and even in practice.
Yeah.
And it's exciting to know that she's leading the committee to make sure this is happening.
Yeah. She's one person that is loving to work with.
Okay.
She always wants you to deliver when assignment is given to you. And I think she's somebody that we should hold her in high esteem. We should tap into her potentials. We should learn her leadership skills. And going forward, whoever steps into her shoes has a very big shoe to wear. Because she's a full institution.
She's a great mentor.
Yeah, she's a full institution.
Has she inspired you guys?
Sure, personally.
You know, one thing I admire about her, her intelligence level is a top notch.
Yeah.
So there's a topic on board, and the way this woman reflects and presents whatever it is, you marvel. You go like, she's retired.
Yeah.
She should have forgotten about these things.
Yeah.
But she's the mastermind of everything that happens in the planning committee. And
it's interesting she's on a planning committee because when you encounter Kennel in her work, she loves the pre-planning, the planning during and planning after.
that's
Very
kind
meticulous
she's way too
in her
precise
work.
for us. And I'm so sure that we should expect something very beautiful on that day.
Sure.
Do you have any last words for us or something I have not asked you, please?
Because I think
tell us.
the time for the program.
Ooh,
So maybe tell us
yeah.
about the
So
time.
the time in-house and there's time virtual. So what's the time in-house? That should be...
It's 9 o'clock.
Yes, by 9 o'clock,
by 9
we should be seated. Yes.
As for the virtual, we will announce it.
Yes.
Media will announce it.
Yes.
So who, apart from the special guests, are we going to have some members in the house? And I have a very important question to ask. Some members have been wondering why we don't open up for them to come here. And we always invite just a few. How can literally every member participate in this event? Because when we do that, they feel proud.
Okay, you see, nurses and midwives, we are many.
Okay.
You know, we form majority of the workforce.
We are the majority.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if we bring all nurses and midwives on board here, it means that our Madam President will not even get enough hands to hold us for the day.
Yes.
And she's also one person who always wants to see us and see us running. So delegates, people will be delegated to come. Aside that, as we all know, we have our social media platforms where the program would be streamed live for our colleagues that are not able to come here, those that will even be on the various wards to be following. So it's going to give the opportunity to every nurse and midwife, not only in Ghana, all around the world, to join us on Tuesday to celebrate nurses for the 2026 International Nurses Day. So everybody would be involved.
And I understand that after the national event, usually we have regional events. So every region also.
Yes. So that will balance the equation. So if you are not able to participate in the national event, be prepared that your region is also going to hold an IND to commemorate that.
Well, the most important part of today's conversation is the featuring of a legend, a nurse, midwife, public health nurse, legend, who has an incredible history to her career. She has gone on retirement for quite some years now, but her legacy remains unblemished. Having introduced the pantograph, you know what the pantograph is?
Yes.
Hey, I understand that it's a midwife who actually introduced it to the Ghana circle.
It has been accepted.
And has been accepted, and quite a lot of things that she equally did. It means that we are in a better position to learn and listen to her story. She shared her story with us, and we want the whole world to know.
Sure.
Yeah. Your last words, please.
So, on behalf of the committee and the entire membership of GRNMA, we would want to appreciate Madam President and the entire National Executive Committee for always having the interest of nurses and midwives at heart. We want to appreciate them for making it possible for us to put all these together so we can appreciate our nurses and midwives. We say God bless them all.
Mr. Jane?
Yes, so to continue from where my sister ended, I want all our colleagues, nurses and midwives, to know that this year's team talks much more about empowerment. So irrespective of your level which you find yourself, know that you are empowered. GRNMA is there to always support and empower us about our welfare, our motivation, our recognition. So let us take this year's team and then know that each way we go, empowerment is the key.
So I think they've said it all. So just to say that
you
on
put
Tuesday,
the spice on it.
they should expect a mega program or a mega event, and we'll meet their expectations. Yes,
Hey.
sure.
Our nurses, if you give them, you meet their expectations.
Trust us.
Yeah. But are you empowered?
Yeah, I'm empowered. I feel empowered. Yes, I feel empowered. For even us as young people to be part of this planning committee, even tells you that it's an exposure, isn't it? Yes. So we feel empowered to be part of this event, planning it, and to make it come into fruition. Tells us that we are being trusted to deliver. For somebody to put you on a committee, that means the person trusts you. So we have been empowered. We've learned on the job. We've been corrected. So going forward, we've learned something new.
Great experience.
And I must say that Madam President has been phenomenal in making sure that there is provision of opportunity for everyone to serve within some leadership or to take up some leadership roles in planning for it. Thank you so much. You have some beautiful shirts. Some people are requesting for the shirts. How do we get some? Is it available?
They should get in touch.
Yes. Get in touch with our honorable chairman.
Hey.
Our honorable chairwood.
So please extend our regards to Kennel, my mother, and tell her Happy Mother's Day.
I'm sure she's watching.
After here, I'm going to lactate. Thank you so much for joining us in the first part of the special edition of the Nurses Cafe for International Nurses Day. In the next edition, we have the legendary Nana Kusi Yabua, whose story we have put together for you. You see, if you miss this one, it's like you've missed the story of which legend compares. I mean, somebody saving lives with his hands and empowering many nurses.
Nightingale.
I think Nana Kusi is in line of the Nightingale legends, and we must put her image and everything, her equipment. The equipment she was using whilst working, she still has them. Yes, she has quite a lot of them still with her, and she showcased it for us to see.
Wow.
It's going to be live, but in studio, we are going to be discussing every scene that you are watching. And to help us with a perspective, two special guests are going to join us after here. I know production is going to make sure the video is huge, but we'll take some few adverts, and when we come back, we go straight into action. Thank you so much for joining us, and stick and stay. Share the link. We'll be right back.
Thanks for having us.
My name is Florence Darmani. I am a public health nurse in the GRNMA Municipal Health Directorate. When I was posted to GRNMA Municipal Health Directorate, I realized that there was high teenage pregnancy. And as a public health nurse, I said I must do my best to reduce it, if not totally eradicate teenage pregnancy. So I started forming in and out of adolescent health club. Currently, I have 88 adolescent health club in the municipality. And this club, I taught them how to make soap. For example, bar soap, liquid soap, Azuma blow, pastries, and then body pomade, just to mention a few. And this, after training, they were given starter pack to establish a business. And I conducted health education to these adolescents. And at the end, teenage pregnancy has come down from 7.2% to 0.84%. I won the Upper West GRNMA Best Nurse Midwife Award. I'm so grateful to the local executive of GRNMA, the region, and then the national as a whole.
It has been built less than a year and is in existence, and we are providing.
Mrs. Ruth Akujan, Rural Service Award.
My name is Trey Frank, a senior community health nurse that I had my training from the Nursing and Midwifery College, Tanoso, in the Ahafo region. I was born and bred in Odomase in the Bono region. I was posted to Doma East District on the 3rd of April 2017. When I came, there were no place for the future staff that will come to stay, and there was no water supply at the facility. There was no place for CWC section activities. And when it comes to emergency referral cases, there were no means. This became a challenge. So we had to form a community health management committee. Through the management committee, we have been able to build a 3-room structure that is serving as staff quarters. Through community involvement, we have been able to build the CWC structure, which is currently being used as CWC section for the weighing activities. At the same time, we have been able to secure a tricycle, which is serving as an emergency transport system whenever we have a case that is beyond our control and need to be referred to the nearest hospital. At the same time, the water supply, with the engagement with the then NP, we have been able to have a mechanized borehole, which is serving the community as well. I'm so grateful for the opportunity that has been given to me by the GRNMA and my district public health officer who recommended me for this Ruth Akujan Rural Awards.
Mrs. Ruth Akujan, Rural Service Award.
My name is Georgina Jere. I'm from Hafasi in the Jomoro district. I started my nursing training college at Ascenda Nursing Training as post-basic midwife. I was posted to Sayo Anochep's compound in the year 2017. When I came to Sayo Anochep's compound, there were a lot of challenges. And one of the challenges is inadequate staff accommodation, also, and the attendance and the ANC registrants were very low, and also the facility they were working in was also not in a good shape. So what I did was, first of all, to liaise with the community members and the opinion leaders to help us to renovate the facility, first of all, and again, to also help us to build a staff accommodation for the midwife, because the staff midwife was living in town. And also, because the attendance and the registrants were low, I went to sonography school to be trained on sonography so that I can help the pregnant women. Because when they come and refer them to go and take scan, they go and they don't come, so it affected the attendance and the registrants. So when I did that, it boosted everything concerning service.
Talk of legends, and I'm sure you're going to mention names like some sports personalities, entertainments, and all that. But for us as nurses and midwives, today we celebrate a legend, a phenomenal woman, an awesome person whose hands has welcomed many lives into this world, and legacy has shaped the practice and performance of nursing and midwifery, not just in Ghana, but across the continent and in the world. Today, as part of the celebration for the International Nurses Day 2026, we feature a phenomenal woman whose story I think you should get seated. Take a pen and a paper or set your phones on record because this is going to be exciting. My name is Kobe Blay and welcome to the special edition of Nurses Cafe. So today, and all of us are not fit to hold his back and all that. I mean, when I had the opportunity to sit with her and have the conversation, there was so much I had to learn from, and it fits right into the theme for this year's celebration. Nana Kusi Yabua, a retired Deputy Director of Nursing Services of the Ghana Health Service, who also worked with Kolebu Teaching Hospital for over 30 years and introduced most of the things that midwives are using currently. And it has saved lives, saved many newborns, and empowered a lot of midwives out there. But to unpack the whole conversation is two distinct nurses who are also on their way of becoming legends. Yeah. And as usual, they introduce themselves, then we move quickly to the video. So today is like some cinema thing, eh? Hi, you're all welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Can you introduce yourself?
So I'm Karish Kwame Kuma. I'm a pediatric nurse specialist at the Volta Regional Hospital. And I'm also the Volta Regional Chairman for the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association.
I see. And then?
I am Theresa Safu Bonsu. I'm also a midwife and I serve in the Ghana Police Service as an assistant superintendent of police at the Ghana Police Hospital. I also lead a team at the Reproductive Health Unit of the Public Health Department.
I see.
Thank you.
And you are an award winner?
Yes. Last year, I won the Chief Superintendent Marifatu Esi Brahima Police Service Nurse Midwife Award.
Okay. All right. Mr. Curry decided to leave something out, but it gives us pride as members to know that some of us are equally serving in government one way or the other. Why aren't you telling us that one? That is empowerment, right?
It's obviously empowerment. So I also serve on the governing board of the whole teaching hospital.
When the news broke out about your appointment,
it's not been easy since.
I see. And you too, how have your award been like? Don't worry. So we are going to merge all these conversations up. Two nurses who started from on the low. I know Courage started even way back in school, and now he's hitting the top. That's why I said both of them are on their way to where Nana Kusi Yabua is and tells the story. So if you are ready, like I said, invite someone so that you don't miss the story. We are set. Are you guys set?
Yes.
You're going to give us all the gist, whatever you are picking up from the story, right?
Certainly.
Okay, all right. Guys, it's 3, 2, 1. Like I first introduced, join us. We are going to have the legend. And I'm not fit to mention her name because she has her real name and she has an alias to it. Welcome, Nana.
Thank you.
I wanted to introduce you, but I'm not fit to do that.
Oh, you could have done it. It's not true. All right.
Yes.
I'm Nana Gladys Kusi Yeboah.
Yeah.
My full name is Nana Sewa Kutu. And, you know, in nursing profession, we don't use the first name. We go by Nana Kusi Yeboah. But because I was installed as a grandmother, with permission from Asante Hema and then a letter to administration, they could just not call me Sister Kusi Yeboah. So they had to add Nana Kusi Yeboah. So sometimes people think I'm a male, Nana Kusi Yeboah.
Okay.
Yes, because we go by Sister Kusiebwa in nursing profession, isn't it?
Yes.
Right.
Interesting. So now you're a queen mother?
Yes, I'm a queen mother to my village.
Oh, which village is that?
The village is not far, it's within Kumasi. From airport runabout, going to Bokurum. It's a small village after Bokurum.
Okay.
So from the Chemso, you get down, and then when you climb, it's Apamprem. From Apamprem, you go to Bokurum.
Now, you were a midwife, you were a nurse?
Yes.
Midwife. Now you become
public health nurse.
Public health nurse.
Yes.
And now you become a queen mother. But before all that, what kind of person was Nana Kusiebwa?
Nana Kusiebwa is a registered nurse.
Yeah.
Registered midwife.
Yeah.
Public health nurse. And name it all.
When you say name it all,
I am a nurse, midwife, and public health.
I see.
But later on, left public health to move into midwifery.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, what inspired you from being a public health nurse and now coming into midwifery? At that time, I'm sure it didn't look really lucrative.
Public health was also okay, but then when I qualified as a public health nurse, we're not many. I think my number is 183.
Which year was that?
That was 1966.
Okay, please continue.
Maybe I could have mentioned that I entered into nursing in 1959.
Yes, that's also very important.
And qualified in 1962.
Okay.
And then I did my midwifery as one of the pioneers at Koforidua in 1964. Wow. At that time, midwifery was 1.5 years. Not as it is now. We were doing midwifery for 1.5 years.
Oh.
So I entered into midwifery in 1964 and qualified in 1967. Let's say early 67, yes. I was one of the pioneers. At that time, late Menila was trying to build improve the old hospital by doing a renovation and then also take a nurses training school. So it was midwifery and enrolled nursing training school. The tutors who started the training was one British lady called Sinclair and Mrs. P. Sakulache. And then there were other supporting teaching members who were also handling the enrolled nurses. And when we went to the school, we couldn't go to the clinical area earlier because it was the old structure which part had been taken for maternity. So in fact, we stayed in the classroom for quite a long time. And that made us to really study midwifery theory. And I'm glad to say that in a CMB examination, our group from Koforidua, we were told that we top up because the theory was that we did a lot of, we were exposed to most of the, so we really had the midwifery at hand. In the course of the midwifery training, because we were not going to the clinical area because of the renovation, we used to visit the villages around. And because some of us, opted to do public health. So we were practicing public health nursing within that, area. And when I qualified as a midwife, I came to do the public health, and it was 1 year at the NTC, Nurses Training College. When I finished the training, I was posted in Accra. I wasn't posted out. My major problem was language. I couldn't speak the Ghana. That was my first time of coming to Accra. It was difficult, but my supervisors were very, very helpful to me because they gave me, we were working with the community health nurses.
Okay.
So community health nurses who spoke Tree, you know, were attached to me, and it was very interesting. My area was very big, very big.
Which area was that?
That is School of Hygiene, you know.
In Kolebu?
No, School of Hygiene. You know, the pharmacy board, the old pharmacy board, I don't know whether they have built a new, I can't tell. But CMB, between CMB and Kingsway Stores.
Okay.
I'm not too sure whether Kingsway Stores is still there. But in between, we have the pharmacy board there.
Yeah.
Is it still there?
I think the old one.
The old one. Yes.
Yeah.
We have the School of Hygiene, we have the pharmacy board, and we have an inoculation center.
Oh.
That was where we were doing the inoculation.
Wow.
With an expatriate doctor. He was a public health.
So School of Hygiene that we see in Kolebu now used to be around CMB.
Used to be around CMB. And then the inoculation center you see now at Adabraka Polyclinic was at the School of Hygiene. So I was there when they started building the Adabraka inoculation center together with Adabraka facility.
Okay.
Yes.
So now that area was where you were put?
Not that alone.
Okay.
From there, my area straight to Salaga. You know, High Street.
Yes.
You know, there are a lot of, is it Gamanche?
The Ga, yes, yeah.
Again, across the Polygon.
Yes.
Mamprobi.
Yes.
And Choco.
Wow.
That was my area. And then as a public health nurse, the activities were so much.
Yes.
Yes, school hygiene inspection, day nursery inspection, market, food vendors, and all sorts of things.
Was that part of the Sama?
Yes, we have a role to play.
Okay.
And then when we were at School of Hygiene, we were also doing outreach program from Adabraka once a week.
Okay.
We travel to Dodowa. And we go on market day with our doctor. That time it was a female expatriate doctor.
Okay.
From PML. No, from Jamestown. She was at the Jamestown. She would join us. We take everything with that, our instruments, what is BP apparatus, and water, everything. And when we go and announce ourselves to the people. It's a market day, very heavy market day. People coming from all the surrounding villages to Dodowa market. So they got to know that we have come. And there used to be assembly building structure. We took with the corridors and the small rooms. Daughter was in the small one of the rooms doing consultation. The public health nurses will do theirs. The midwife will do blah 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 until Dodowa started having their,
hospital.
And at Polygon, Choco, we have destitute homes where we were visiting. Apart from day nursery inspection and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then eventually I ended up to school premises.
Okay.
Mampropi group of schools. I'll tell you what. When I got there, it was fine. Because at that time, government had trained some people in Australia as dental nurses. So when you go to school structure, there is always the nursing aspect of it. And then the dental nurses also had their instrument, well fitted, complete. So I was at the school and we do school inspection. We do all sorts of things. We give talks and whatnot, health education talks, diet and whatnot. And we dress wound. In fact, what put me off was that when you dress wound on Friday, and the people go home, the wound is not touched. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. By the time they come to school clinic for the wound to be dressed, the wound had gone bad.
So because you touched it, they won't do it. Nobody does
they go
anything.
Home, yes. And sometimes we follow them to even their homes. The mother will see you, and as soon as she sees you in public health uniform, they take us as one of the health inspectors as an. They are so busy cooking in Mbedeka. Is that right? Do you speak a
little bit? But what
I
what
love the language, but still I can't speak it.
Oh,
now I wish I could have learned it.
Really?
But yes, now I love it, but I can't speak. My tongue is so heavy; it can't move. They see you, but I'm glad that our uniform was not white.
Yes.
So when you go and they are trying to run away, you only just pull a chair anywhere. You are not going to do cleaning for them to know that they are. You just pull it and sit down and then gather the children.
Okay.
You take your scissors, you start to cut their nails, and then later on the parents will know that, after all, she's not coming to query us. She's just a friend to the children. Makwe. Oh, you
let me see. Yeah.
The nails. One is Makwe. Makwe.
What are they trying to say? They want to see how.
You inspect.
Inspect how they. Yeah. You were telling them.
You have to ask them.
Okay.
Makwe.
So how are you doing it? You were asking the nurse to translate for you.
Sometimes if I go with the community health nurse.
Okay.
Or I just Makwe. Open.
And then they'll open for you.
Yes, that's your nails. You take your scissors.
Exactly.
So we always have our scissors with you.
Yeah.
And then you cut. And that is when the parents realize that you haven't come to query them.
Oh.
So when we do that, we do it gradually. And if there are babies and children there, then maybe she has defaulted in going to clinic waiting for inoculations.
Okay.
Then she'll come and tell you, sorry, ma, please. Something happened.
Yes.
So I haven't been able to send my daughter or my child for inoculation. Then she brings the card, you inspect it, and then you advise her that, nobody will query you. You come, we'll give you the injections.
Wow.
That was also being used to bring mom, encourage them to go for, or else they will default. She comes in for DPT or whatever I said, polio once, and that is all. And you come. So whilst I was at the school of
hygiene.
No.
Public health.
When I came to the school,
the Mamprobi group of schools.
There are so many schools.
Okay.
Yes. So nice, I realized that for how long can I continue to be dressing when my colleagues are doing other courses going up?
You are tired of dressing wounds.
Seeing, what is it? Rotten teeth and whatnot. Because though we have the dental nurses attached to us, but it was too much. I said, I said, this is a public health nurse. My colleagues are being, we admire, progressing.
Okay.
So even if I'm giving promotion, maybe they will not transfer me outside Accra.
Okay.
And I'm going to be,
Okay.
And I better think of next thing. Then came advertisement of Kolebu being taken as a teaching hospital.
Wow.
Yes. And I applied. Fortunately, the overall matron who was matron, Anita Abuaji, when I qualified, I worked under her in Kumasi.
Okay.
Yes. And then the matron at maternity, who was matron Pisa Kulache, they are all, they've all passed on. Yes. Was also in charge of maternity.
Okay.
So when I went for the interview, they told me point blank that with my public health background, they are posting me to antenatal ward. Full stop.
Of Kolebu.
Kolebu.
Wow. How did it feel like?
I hadn't worked there, so I couldn't tell. But then, when I went, that's the tower building of maternity. It's a complete hospital.
Yes.
It's because the other time, I would say that the nursing capacity was not more than 500. We were many. Yes, because it has so many floors. one from OPD admission to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including 2 delivery suites within plus the theaters.
Okay.
So then I was posted to maternity. That's where I met my former tutor.
Yes.
Who started as Koforidua.
Okay.
And I said, this is why this woman left us without a word. She didn't see us through the final, yes.
Okay.
One matron tutor, became Dr. Comforter Kofi, came to take us to complete the course.
Okay.
Yes. So I was taken straight to maternity antenatal ward. And in all, the whole Kolebu, Accra, had just one antenatal ward for all the doctors. The others were postnatal wards. The postnatal was first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor, with fifth floor being the antenatal ward for all the doctors. And then sixth floor was an official ward. The structure has been designed so beautifully that privately, that if you had taken your wife there, you could be, even at that time, you could be with your wife
within that space.
Yes,
wow.
When she's in labor. It was so, and then at that time, the Lebanese and the Indians and whatnot were in the country.
And they were patronizing the place.
Very much so. There was no better hospital apart from. Ridge didn't have maternity.
Interesting.
When I finished midwifery and I was waiting to go and do public, I worked at Ridge Hospital.
Okay.
Dr. Hall was an expatriate, was in charge of, Ridge Hospital, the medical cases, no maternity. Yes.
Which year was this one also?
That year was 1966.
Okay.
I'll take it 1967.
Okay.
Yes.
So now let's go through Kolebu. You spent like 30 years and over, right?
And the teams, the doctors, the head or the lead doctor was Professor Binti Angel.
Okay.
And then the other obstetricians were Dr. K.K. Kosa, Dr. E.K. Newman, Dr. Goss, Dr. Ampofo, and Dr. How many of them? Newman, Ampofo, Goss, Kosa, and Angel. So the teams were 5. And they labeled it to A, B, C, D, E. And I was there when the first batch of medical students also qualified.
From University of Ghana?
Yes.
The first batch of medical students? Wow. Professor
Comey and others, yes. And when they were medical students, the beauty of it was that when Prof was taking the medical students on ward rounds, message is sent to midwifery school for the tutor and the midwifery students, the seniors, to join the medical students for the ward rounds. And so the midwives some of them were doing better. And then even Prof used to tease them, the medical students, that you see the midwives are able to answer the questions and blah, blah, blah. It was so beautiful. And as I said, the only word for antenatal unit. So A had beds. The beds were divided. If it was 47, 42, you divide by 5. And every day there's an antenatal clinic. Every day there's gynae clinic. Every day there's somebody, a team doing emergency. So the antenatal, the abnormal ones are being admitted. There's also ward rounds for another team. All sorts of things. It was those who knew really suffered. Going to work at 5th floor maternity was not a joke.
And you were still a very young midwife.
I was still a very young midwife.
And you had gotten there fresh.
Gotten there fresh.
So what were some of the problems you identified?
The problems were many, but I had, support by Professor Angel and Mrs. Pisakolate.
Okay. Who was she?
She was the matron in charge.
Okay, all right.
She was a tutor. She was, as is done in UK.
Yeah.
On most of the developing countries. Most of the maternity is being headed by tutors.
Wow.
When it is a teaching hospital. So that you can sort of, teach direct. It was very, yes. When you write report and report is not good, she will direct you. Legal aspect of nursing and midwifery, are all taught. And this is what people lack. They will forget about the legal aspect of nursing. So we do things without, thinking about it. So Prof. Angel guided us. He was a cool man, but very, very effective. And other teams. And because he was teaching the medical students, in obstetrics, you as a sister have to be there. And what I learned whilst I was a student at Kufuridua, sort of broadened my mind, and he encourages us also to read. And I also apply the public health aspect of it, and good antenatal, good food and whatnot. It was a beauty. I even drew pictures of what, antenatal patient, pregnant women to eat. At the same time, drew pictures of if you don't go to antenatal or when you have a edema of feet, people think if you have edema of feet, it means you are going to have a baby boy. Yes, it is very true. So all these things it was a beautiful word. And not only taking cases from maternity, cases being referred from Koforidua, Winneba, Swedro, all were coming to maternity.
Okay.
And if it's antenatal, a case, you have to find a bed for the patient in the antenatal ward.
At what point did you do your first delivery?
My first, as for that, I did it at Koforidua.
Oh.
So I was trained as a midwife.
Tell us about it. How was that first experience like?
Oh, because we stayed in the classroom for so long. When we went to the tutors took us. We did a demonstration before going to the clinical area.
So how was it like?
Oh, it was beautiful. Yes, it was beautiful. And I loved it.
Do you remember any other person who was by you at that time?
Oh, no, I can't remember. This was 1964.
I see.
65. Yes, I can't remember.
And since then, how many deliveries can you count off head?
On myself, when I came to maternity.
Yeah.
When I stayed in the maternity antenatal ward for so many years.
Yeah.
From 69 to 78. And then they moved me to. Unfortunately, a sister who was in charge of the two labor was Sister Tifa of blessed memory. I was made to go and take up. In fact, at that time, I was a little frightened. Why? Because we had straight midwives who were older than I. I was a young staff sister. And like I was discussing with Victoria, it's a Colonel, as he keeps on saying that human nature. They didn't make them, it's a teaching hospital. And they go by grades. So you cannot just take anybody to go and head the unit. And it was 2 units, first floor and second floor, labor delivery suites. Delivery was so heavy. Kolebu, we were doing deliveries not less than 800 a month. The deliveries ranges between 900 to 1,004 a month. Yes. So it wasn't easy at all. When I went to labor ward 78, then I realized that I would need further, training.
Okay.
I hadn't registered with UKCC as a general nurse.
Which one is that?
At the same time.
The UKCC you mentioned.
In the United Kingdom, UK, United Kingdom, for our nurses and midwife
council. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so more like council in the UK.
Yes. At that time, government had stopped giving scholarships. In fact, when they started Kolebu, because of the medical students, so many nurses were given opportunity. they call it exchange programs. Pediatrics, theater, general nursing, so on and so forth. But not in midwifery.
Why so?
I don't know.
Okay.
I wasn't part of it. I was a very junior, so I don't come in at all. So when I was posted to labor ward, then I realized with the medical students, with what Prof and what not were doing, I realized I needed an upgrading or review or some sort of something to
capacity building.
Yes. That was when I applied. A friend sent me an address in Atlanta.
Okay.
And that was an international nursing program, Georgia State University College of Health Sciences, Department of Nursing. That was 1982.
Yeah.
1982.
I think I have
yes,
one of the pictures.
Yes, that is
the,
yes. That's
so
small scale.
That was you in the
yes,
middle.
Yes, for a developing country.
Yes.
Doctors and midwives.
Okay.
Yes.
So
yes.
these are
my group.
Okay.
Yes.
That you met together.
Yes.
So you applied for it?
I applied for it and I went for the program. I came back well armed.
You mentioned that this was your first international training or capacity building.
Yeah, capacity building, yes.
When you received the letter that they selected you, how did it feel?
I was sad because it was a sponsored program.
Okay.
And at that time also, that was when 82. That was when late President Rawlings.
Yes.
Money became a problem in Ghana. It was at that time that they were withdrawing 50 cedis or so. Were you born?
I was born few years after.
That was the time they were collecting monies that we should send our 50. Money was very, so I went with just about 50 or less than $100.
Then,
1982. If you have heard, 1983, 1982,
exactly.
They talk about
hunger. Yes.
Yes, the country was in a very bad shape.
Okay.
Yes. So I went to Atlanta. And I'm glad to say that at Atlanta, Georgia State University, that was when I saw something, because those who were in general side were doing administration, were taken to administration. And then I doing with another nurse in Nigeria, Mrs. Ola, we went to obstetrics.
Okay.
And that was when I saw magnesium sulfate injection. And I said to myself, magnesium sulfate. Because back home, I know magnesium sulfate is being used for. I don't know whether you've seen it. When one has boil, carbuncle.
Yes.
And the pharmacy prepare it and we may use it as, it already comes in a paste.
Yes.
So you cut it and apply it. You apply it, and yes, because of the hypertonic effect of on the osmosis, it draws the water and make the boil, it rise early, quickly for the doctor to do the incision or whatever it is. Yes. So when I saw it, I told Mrs. Sola, I said, hey, how can mass sulfate? And I know mass sulfate is a laxative, isn't it?
Yes.
Have you taken some before?
No.
It's a laxative. So I was wondering, just as when we went and they were telling about things, they told us about, they knew we have an asset. And that's something like water. When we want water, we shouldn't say water. We should say, do you know what they say?
No, tell me.
You have to, it's water.
How did you manage with that?
We have to.
Okay.
We have to say, use it. They told us certain things because of our accents.
Yeah.
I would say that I'm not insulting the Nigerians, but their accents were worse. I'm telling you. And then the Indians.
You are going to cause problems.
I'm sorry, I beg. I don't intend sort of teasing anybody.
They will understand.
There's an Indian lady.
Okay, I think she's sitting right by you.
Yes.
Okay.
Susila.
Okay.
No, I've forgotten it. Yes. So they have to tell us maybe something like pancake.
Yeah.
They said in English, oh, you don't go to kitchen.
I do.
Do you know how to make pancake?
A little.
How do you make it?
There's a flour, there's milk, there's
American
margarine.
pancake is a full diet.
I see.
Yes, a big one. When you eat, you are full.
Okay.
So they try to tell us
How to go around.
how to go around. And what amuses us was the word water. So you want water? I say water. There we don't say please, hi. When somebody greets you, say hi.
Yeah.
You just say good morning.
Yeah.
They will know that you are. They prepare us before we went to the clinical areas. And then when I saw, like I saw the mass office, I just sat down with Mrs. Ola. I said, hey, mass office. Then I went to the in charge later.
Yeah.
That what is this? And they told me about it. They were using it for eclamptic patients. Very successful.
So pregnant mothers?
Yes.
Who had eclampsia?
Eclampsia.
Okay.
Their treatment was, we in Ghana here, at that time, we were using Ardomet, you know, those drugs.
Yes.
Injection, whatnot.
Okay.
So I noticed certain things that I was going to take them home.
Okay.
So I finished that course. It was a false, 1982, 1983 fall. And I came back.
All right.
When I came back and resumed duties, in Department of Sengani, I mean, every day, 24 hours, the team on duty in the morning will hand over. We go and, you know, the team that went on emergency will have to hand over. We have to know, it's a teaching hospital, what is going on. And at the same time, we had once a month meeting of maternal mortality.
Okay.
That dealt with maternal death. So I attended that meeting, being in charge of labor wars. And when they were discussing, I had traveled and come back and joined them.
But first place, when you came back, how were you received?
Oh, very well. I wrote a letter to administration, copy to head of department.
Yeah.
Anytime I travel and come back, I write a letter, report, and things that we could probably put into being.
Okay.
But it's not easy.
Yeah.
Getting things to work with, not easy. So at the meeting, when they were discussing how best can they help to sort of reduce maternal, no, at that meeting, the leading cause of maternal death was eclampsia.
Yeah.
That made me to contribute.
Oh.
So I raised my hand and said, Prof. Prof. Ampofu was then the head of department. And then I mentioned that I saw something in Georgia State in Grady Hospital in Atlanta. And that is what they were using. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
So I don't know that this thing has been or is being used elsewhere. That's why I was surprised to have seen mass of it, which I know is made of paste.
Yeah.
And then we drink it as purgative, being used as a. Though I've done material medical, but material medical in nursing course, how much?
Okay.
Something to move you about.
Yeah.
So when I raised this one, come and see the resistance I had.
Why?
The Indian doctor there got furious. Why should a midwife come to suggest to the doctors that this is what they've seen? But I had support from Professor Ampofu. And Prof said, no. And then I heard them talking about revisit, you know, that means they knew, but they haven't been using it.
At that point, what was going on in your mind?
A staff nurse, excuse me, a sister. May I have seen something. I don't prescribe.
Yes.
So I threw it to them.
Yes.
I suggested that they should look at it. But as I said, Prof. Ampofu was furious. He said, no. He resisted with Dr. that Dr. Goss at that time, that no, we wait. I think what sister is saying, we need to revisit something, you know. So she set a committee. They deliberated it, you know, at length at that meeting. And they suggested that they have to see the Kolebu pharmacy. And then people were saying they don't have the machine, they would need money, blah, 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 blah. Me, I've said it and gone. The meeting finished. And then one daughter came, you asked for you. I said, what have I done? Then...
Were you intimidated by anybody at that time?
You can't intimidate Kusi Yeboah.
Why?
It's me.
Okay. Was it because you knew your work?
I knew.
Okay.
Prof. Angel trained me well. Yes. Dr. Newman and Constant, they were all, I mean, I don't know. My past, my work and love for midwifery, partly from them. The lead doctors were very in for me because Prof will call you to the office, either in my office, and tell us, or call the nurses and tell us, look, you know, she told us, she even taught us about a patient who has placenta previa.
What is that? For those who may not know.
Placenta previa is a pregnant woman, the placenta being attached to the uterus and bleeding. Placenta previa.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to go back? Be careful.
We were watching that story of Nana Kusi Yeboah, and I don't know what was going on in your mind, but to help us unpack the first part of the video is our two solid guests who, if in case you missed them, had introduced themselves. But just when they take up the first questions and go ahead with it, who wants to take this mantle first?
I can go first.
You are a midwife. No, you are a midwife.
Yes.
You are a midwife.
Yes, I am.
What was going on in your mind listening to the story of Nana Kusi Yeboah so far?
Listening and watching Nana Kusi Yeboah, I was just inspired. She sounded like her journey has been one of such dedication and commitment, as well as passion for the profession. We always say that nursing and midwifery is a calling. And I know Nana didn't miss her call at all.
She didn't miss at all.
She took the work very personal and she took it seriously. And so watching her from how she was talking, you can feel the passion, her passion for the profession. And that is one thing that inspired me a lot.
And for you as a midwife, what else was going on in your mind?
Oh, a lot. You see, where she started her story from,
yes,
you can tell that her training was key.
Okay.
And you know, training is also very essential. And to be empowered, you have to get trained or get knowledge. It is that knowledge that you get that will give you the confidence and that authority to work
I like that word.
as a nurse, a proper nurse or midwife. So where she started her story from, how she trained in the 60s, she got the chance to even go outside on exchange programs. That built her capacity. And so I was inspired. And as nurses and midwives now, I think we should take it seriously. I mean, your certificate you got during your training, they shouldn't be the last thing. That continuous professional development should be taken seriously. Now, we are lucky to have the Ghana College of Nurses and Midwives, who run specialty courses for nurses and midwives. I think we should take advantage and upgrade ourselves and keep our knowledge and skills up to date.
I'm going to come back to you on some of the things that in the first part of the video, Nana Kusiabua was helped introduce in Ghana from pioneering the WHO Pathograph Initiative somewhere in the 80s, the introduction of vitamin K injections for newborns in Ghana, and all that. How important are those things? We will come back to you. Talking about training, building confidence and authority, you have gone through, Courage, you have gone through the mill of even becoming a specialist. So you see how important I'm sure you side with her, how important it is for training.
Certainly.
But before talking about training, what are your initial thoughts when you listen to the life story of Nana Kusiabua?
So generally, I started asking myself, how was she doing it? Because it sounds like, should I say, for lack of better words, ridiculous, like CMB to all the way to Jamestown, Chocó, Mamprobi. That is hell. In fact, I don't think even 5 community health nurses today would be able to handle those areas. But it's not even the case that those areas are, certainly population growth over the period, but Accra had always been densely populated. And manning these communities all alone, largely around those areas, with just maybe students supporting her most of the time, like, it's incredible. And that basically tells you somebody who is ready to take opportunities. She didn't sit in her comfort zone. Like, she was taking advantage of situations and taking opportunities. And I think by virtue of taking those opportunities, other opportunities that were created outside her direct control were able to locate her. And I think it's one thing that we need to pay particular attention to and learn from her to inspire us to get to that point.
When we're talking about the education and building the capacity, do you find, I mean, we are looking at her time, 60s, 70s, and there were not enough, or there weren't nursing specialist programs then and all that. How do you, what do you think could have inspired him to, like, position herself when we didn't have the structures like that then? How do you think was pushing Nana Kusiabua?
I think it's just the desire to solve problems.
Exactly.
She was not comfortable doing the norm. She was not comfortable doing just what everybody does. She was just looking out for what is not adding up? How can I close the gap? How can I make up for it? How can I change the situation? And basically, that is what sets the best from the ordinary. It sets them apart completely. And I think that is the bit about it. Yes, it's true that even around that time, probably the numbers were not huge. And so they had a lot of contact hours with their tutors or lecturers. They had enough contact clinical hours. Unlike today, that sometimes even the students are more than the patients on the ward. Generally,
the students?
Yes, it's a conversation I think we would have to revisit another day as to whether we should continue these large numbers of admissions into our training institutions or not, because technically at Volta Regional Hospital, on clinicals, vacation clinicals, you could have close to 400 students coming to a 185-bed capacity hospital. So on a shift, you could imagine the number of students on the shift and how many nurses or patients are on the ward. And because the professionals themselves are not even many, like what is the contact hours they have with these professionals to be able to learn? See, so that whole informs that they were not just being trained, but they were also getting the quality in terms of skills, in terms of theory, in terms of contact hours. So they were pretty solid. And then you get a chance to actually learn to ask why. Why is this way? So that you'll be able to improve. And I think even though nursing didn't get to that point of, let's say, tertiary education, postgraduate education, as some of us have it today, basically, she was just an incredible person, a pace setter, let me put it that way. And this is somebody that probably a lot of the things she has pioneered, we still use them till date. Talk about the pathograph. I had to alter her newborn form pretty recently, like remodel it.
You are
yes, pediatrics.
Yeah.
So we had to model it a bit now to fit like current practice and pick current challenges. And
I mean,
if she had not started, we do have nothing to build on.
That's right.
So like it's
so
incredible.
You've used her stuff?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Newborn forms are used in almost every maternity unit and every NICU now in Ghana. But we've improved on what she has done over time.
Awesome.
But even at the time, she had seen the need that if a baby is delivered and had to move out of the labor ward, there is a need to document the state of the baby at delivery.
The newborn form is different from the pathograph.
Yes.
Yes, because she showed that at the time, what they did was simply cut out any card and they would write.
Yes.
They would drop it there. And she was uncomfortable with it. And she had to move to the newborn form. And she stressed on the fact that this form of improvising always took a lot of productive time away.
Exactly. And it leaves a lot of subjectivity when it comes to assessments. Because when you have it standardized, everybody knows what to do.
Okay.
Everybody knows what to do. We've improved it over time that today, aside, for instance, just saying you've written ABGA score, now you get to see where the problem is when they scored the ABGA. Was it with breathing? Was it with the baby's grimace? Like, you're able to pick out those details currently. But she basically sets the pace for us to improve clinical practice. Like, she's such... I can't even seem to comprehend how she managed like to do all those things at the time. And even when they had challenges with classroom and all those things, it wasn't the case that let's sit home when they are ready. It was an opportunity to keep practicing, to keep learning. And in fact, it's such an incredible journey.
Let me come a bit personal whilst we get ready for pathograph. can you associate yourself, or do you associate yourself for someone like you who came from the student level and leading advocacy and championing the cause of students to the point of seeing certain changes and all that, and still you still have that energy anyway. Did you find some traits?
Yeah, I do, because you see,
she never said no to anything.
Doing all those things come at a price.
Okay.
And listening to her story, how she was handling all these geographical areas, all these populations, and still making an impact in their life, it will come at a price, certainly. Your family would lose you at a certain point. When everybody is celebrating Christmas, you would be solving a problem somewhere. When today, Mother's Day, probably, when everybody is celebrating, you would be doing something else. Exactly. Probably you would have wanted to be with your mother, you would have wanted to be with your wife, and like your family, have a family time. Exactly. But obviously we are here, we are discussing this, obviously. So basically, some of these things come at a price, but the good thing is that you cannot have it all. But even though you cannot have it all, we need to continue to strive to find a certain balance so that our families also don't suffer too much for our absence. And it comes with a lot of dedication, a lot of courage, because I believe while she was doing this thing, as I experience all the time, there will be naysayers who would try to demoralize you. There would also be those who think that, oh, in doing this one, she wants to be seen, like she's just too known, and all those things. And those are the ones that, if you allow them get into your mind, you'll just be the norm, and you make no difference.
Interestingly, at that time there was no social media.
Yes,
was active like now, you know. So obviously, I mean, she was clearly in it for the job. For you, talking of the change and all that, for you, a midwife, have you ever used any of the things that I could see have pioneered, especially the pathograph? How important is that one?
Yes, I have been a midwife for almost 15 years now, and say the first 8 years or so years of my practice, I was in the labor ward, and so I used the pathograph. Okay. And it is a very simple tool, but very important. It helps you monitor the condition of the mother, the baby, and the progress of labor itself. So mother, you are looking at her vital signs, her intake and output, the baby's fetal heart rate, the progress of labor, say the dilatation of the cervix, the descent, and it has saved a lot of lives. Once you monitor this, at a glance of the pathograph, you can see where something is going wrong and quickly intervene. And so it has saved a lot of mothers, babies, and it is a very important tool for the midwifery profession. And so yes, I have used a pathograph before. And she mentioned in her video that during her exchange program, the Atlanta State, Georgia State University,
that was her first travel, you know.
She came across magnesium sulfate, sulfate as we call it here. And it is also very important, especially when it comes to the management of eclampsia.
What's eclampsia?
Eclampsia is a condition of where a pregnant woman has fits. Okay. This doesn't just come. I mean, it's preceded by high BP, your urine protein going up and all that. So once all these things are there, not controlled, then that woman can go into a fit or convulsive state. That is what we call eclampsia. And it is the mag sulfate that we use to manage at risk. Yes. Wow. So clearly, Nana did so well. Watching her video.
So the mag sulfate, that's what you apply.
You administer to the mother.
Wow.
Yes, we have the initial dose and the maintenance dose. Once you give it to the mother, after a fit, you are sure that it is controlled and another won't happen, hopefully. And so it is very, very important. And it is one thing that you will find in every labor ward. because you see, sometimes you can't predict. You should have it handy in case you need it. You just administer to save a mother and her baby.
And this was started way back in 60s, 70s, 80s.
So
all the way.
I didn't even know Nana.
Wait.
This
so
about.
Technically,
I didn't
if you
even
look
know.
at it today, if we still talk about maternal mortality, patograph adherence is one of the key
Still very
things.
key.
The use of magnesium sulfate is preventing a lot of maternal mortality and infant mortality.
Yes.
And so, like, way back, they already started a good.
But did you know anything about Nana?
I didn't know. Surprisingly,
Wow.
I had never heard about her until at the awards ceremony last December. So,
the GRNMA awards.
Yes, I happened to sit by someone who knew her, and she started telling me about Nana Kusi-Yeboah. I said, wow, I never heard anything about her. So that is another wake-up call for all of us. That, I mean, some of these people, we should start talking about them so that we get role models like this and we look up to them, listen to their stories like this one, for us all to be inspired. Today, I am very happy we are doing this so that if there's a nurse somewhere watching us, she would also take a cue from everything that we have said about Nana and also get inspired and do something. You can tell that Nana was such a resourceful person, and her aim was to just solve problems. Yeah. So even in the presence of shortage of supplies, she would just find her way out and try to solve problems. And she's such a sharp brain. She said she retired in 2001. That is about 25 years ago.
Yes, she's retired.
That means Nana should be in her 80s.
Yeah, she's
but
in her
she
80s.
remembered everything vividly and was able to tell you with dates. I mean,
have you seen her diaries?
that even brings to mind the bit about keeping journals.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's one thing that we need to be more intentional about in our training of nurses and midwives.
Yes.
Because keeping journals, reflective practice, is very, very important. And I think once you approach the age of 50, nearing retirement, the need to write books is also very important because we need to begin to tell our stories. I was telling somebody earlier today about Offset. I think I was telling you about this man, the paramount chief of Akpafu traditional area, Mr. Ntumi, for instance, like such a great brain. He's in his 90s now, but this man still has a very sharp brain. Like, he can tell you the history of Nurses Training College, like without looking into any book, with details of dates, how he suffered to bring, like, school to come and bring nurses to the region. It was a problem.
Wow.
But he had to overcome all those things. Basically, that man had, should I say, he caused some level of stabilization in our association. Because when it comes to increasing dues every year, like increased dues, it was becoming a problem and it was dividing the association.
Yeah.
Then this man from Nogwe said, no. When he became vice president and chairman of the finance committee said, let's charge these dues based on percentages.
Interesting.
That means that once salary increments, there is an automatic increment in dues. You won't go and do increments and there will be fights. All those fights due to dues collection had gone. And today, look back, after over 50 years, like ONTC is almost 65 years. Like, look at the number of nurses who would have been trained over the
including
period.
yourself.
Yes, including myself. If he gave up, even during military regimes and all those things, if he gave up, we won't be here. So journaling is very, very important. And once you continue to read, you keep being sharp. And that should tell you that even at her age, she has not stopped solving problems.
Yes.
No. Now, there was at a point.
And you see, doing all these things, and she's a traditional leader as well.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm sure you'll be happy to meet her.
I will. I will.
Because Nana Kusi-Yeboah has opened her doors and is And then sometimes even asking, the last time we had conversation, she was actually asking, you people should be involving us. So we are very grateful for having everyone who has been involved in this conversation so far. There is a final part of the video, but the full video is going to be available on YouTube. But for the purposes of the conversation we're having and how exciting it is going, we are grateful to our two on the way legends, and I'm sure they will also help us to find and tell more stories of our legends, nursing legends who are shaping healthcare in Ghana. We'll go for the second part of the video, but like I said, the full video will be up on YouTube after this whole Nurses Cafe. And so please stay, drop your comment, drop your questions. If you have any questions directly for them, that's fine, but the questions and concerns should be about Nana Kusi Yeboah, and I'm sure they will help us have the discussion. So we'll go for part 2 of the video, and then when we come back, we'll close up and looking at empowerment, looking at their awards, looking at their specialist programs they are doing, and how we can continue to hold the fraternity together as empowered as it should be. Stick and stay.
When I wrote with my, transcript, Ghana, unfortunately, our midwifery is part 1.
I see.
As at now, they will not take you. You have to go and do part 2 because our domiciliary midwifery, going to deliver in the homes, was not upgraded, and so the council didn't implement it, and therefore they will not, accept it.
Okay.
But then, because of my long, period of with obstetrics,
yes,
then when they see my transcripts or whatever it is, I'm given privilege. But then, when I go to maternity, I don't touch anything. I go to observe.
Okay.
I go to observe. So from there, I came back and said no. So I did this thing.
So when you came back, after coming back from
when
the
I
Norfolk,
came back, I had to design a baby form. And I'm told it's being used everywhere now.
Wow. So when you went, this was what was there?
Yeah, this is what we were using in Kolibu.
Now, max sulfate is on the side. Now
Yes.
we have come to this. This was what we were using
the
for a teaching hospital.
Yes.
And then you go and then you come back.
Yes.
And you
design
this one.
Yes. So this is what we were using. Honestly, when we did the 89, when we did the photograph implementation, we'll come back to that one.
Yes.
And then also,
do you have any picture of yours in Norfolk here?
No, but I had a card. When I was leaving, the whole lot of the nurses and doctors wanted to come with me. Yes. Yes.
Why so?
Why they love me.
Oh.
Gladys don't go. That Gladys come back.
Oh.
And all sort of. In fact, even at the Norfolk, I learned a lot. You know what I learned?
No, tell me.
I've been praying that in future we can adopt. I was discussing with one senior colleague. You see, it's difficult to do implementation.
Yes.
Change is not easy. Because of my long standing and being a senior sister when I went, in the world, when they need the students come, they Gladys, take the students. One day, the charge called me, Gladys, I want you to go and give care, last offices to a patient.
Oh.
I said, last offices. Hey, now in my home country, do I do last offices? How? If you have a nurse, junior nurses, my problem.
Yeah.
Their last offices, at that time, 1984, in Great Yarmouth Hospital, every hospital have what? Procedure manual.
Yes.
Every hospital. And they use them. So I was asked to take, these final year, third year nurses to do last offices. Because I don't know what entails in last offices over there. I called them. I said, look, have you been taught this in classroom? They said, yes. I said, who? Now go and get the things ready.
Okay.
Brother, they came back and they set a very beautiful trolley with everything on it. Then I quickly went to, the next station, took the procedure manual and put, noted certain things down. And it was so beautiful.
You are such an inquisitive person.
If I don't do that, I will disgrace myself.
Wow. And
So
you
I
like
came
documentation.
back. I like documentation. So I came back and said, who is going to lead? Then the one started, hello, Mrs. Bird. We are coming to, address you so that your parents, your relatives will come and see you beautifully done. And then later on, we take you to Rose's cottage.
You were talking to the...
They talk to the nurses, talk to the dead.
Wow.
The nurses talk to the dead. This was 1984.
Wow.
And so they talk to the dead. We don't talk about mortuary.
Okay.
They don't want anybody to talk about mortuary. And quietly, nobody in the world the patient will realize that there's a dead body. So they did this procedure, the third year nurses, and I stood and I was learning too. Because that was my first time of being handling a dead body in the world. Mrs. Campbell, we're going to drive, and then we are taking the, IV fluid from you. Sorry, they will take it.
Wow.
Yes, we are going to turn you, we are going to clean your face. We want to make you presentable. But before then, every ornament on the patient, you take it and label it.
Okay.
And then when the person has rings, one has to be very careful.
Okay.
When you take the ring and you are documenting, you say that you have to be sure. So when you say it's your gold ornament, you have to be sure to know that it's gold. If not, because if you hand over to the relatives, and if it's not gold, they may think that you have exchanged it.
Yes.
And the actual gold, when you drop it on the floor, it has a different sound.
Okay.
If it's silver plated, you have to say silver plated ring or earrings.
Okay.
And so these things are done. And after that, we bath the patient, turning, you talk to her, dressing, you talk to her, and then turn her nicely. After that, we put on the shroud.
Okay.
We cover it the way we do that one as like a Muslims.
Yeah.
We only expose the face. So that when relatives, we finish and they are coming to view, we only open there. After that, you ring the mortuary and said, you have a patient for Rose's cottage. And then they come and take the patient.
Wow.
When I came back, I designed the baby form.
Yes.
And again, we were using ligatures.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think you did you did one.
I did one. Is it not the
one you just labeled?
This is what we're using for baby. This
identification.
Identification. It's a bandage and plaster.
So when a baby is born new,
even adults.
Oh.
The whole kolebu. This is what they were using. You write it like that.
So this is just a gauze.
This is a bandage.
Your gauze bandage.
My bandage.
And then you had
the plaster. And then you tie it like that.
Okay.
This is the ID band.
Yes.
And unfortunately, if the baby dies and they take him to mortuary,
yes,
you are using pen. When the water gets to it rubs off. That was where it was bringing a lot of problem.
Wow. So they were doing this, but when pressure happens, the name rubs off.
Yes. When I came back, I wrote that I needed we needed this. I brought some from Britain. I couldn't get anyone to until I went to Nigeria. West African College of Nursing sponsored me to do a program in Nigeria. I and another sister from Kumasi.
Yeah.
HIV, maternal health, and HIV and STDs.
Okay.
That is where they taught me.
This one?
Yes.
This picture?
That's the one from Kumasi and I.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So this was in Nigeria?
Yes.
Okay.
So at the Lagos City University Hospital, Lagos Teaching Hospital,
yeah,
I saw some and I asked them where they got it. They gave me an address. That couldn't work. So they took me to market and saw some at a pharmacy. And I bought some, brought it to Kolebu, and sent it to administration, begging them. Even it took so long a time before they could bring the ID, or else everyone was.
You have some here, the ID band.
ID, oh, it's being used.
Yeah, yes. you just showed us one. I'm sure it's in there.
Watch my journey.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Let's see. I think you showed us one a while ago.
Is it not empty? Well, as for ID band, everyone is using it now.
Yes, yes. I think it's here. So this one.
So, in some hospitals, it comes in pink.
Yeah.
And blue for boys and pink for girls.
Oh.
And this is in pediatric.
Okay. So now you were saved from the water washing of the nails.
Apart from water washing, we were saved from unnecessarily using plaster and bandages.
Oh, yeah.
And time consuming. Because you have to sit down. When the nurses are very busy and there's no ID band, one has to sit down and be cutting. Then I also, umbilical cord. We were using twine. Twine were not being sterilized.
Yeah, so you're talking about the twining.
Yeah, twining.
Twining.
This is for what? Twining.
Yeah.
But then when you are selecting, you have to select the cotton one.
Okay.
The nylon one will slip and the baby may bleed.
Oh.
And the twining, it was also time consuming.
Yeah.
It is not in the medical stores. We get the twining from the twine. In Asante, we use it to thread beads.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Have you touched beads?
Well, my auntie used to.
Your sister.
Yes, my auntie used to do beads. Yes, so.
That we use a twine.
Yes, yeah.
In Chi, we call it brebefo.
Oh, okay.
Brebefo. So these twines are cut, and then we tie the ends. And this one, time consuming. A whole staff nurse will sit down to be doing this. But what I did was that when I resumed duties at labor wards, because of the duties at the labor ward, I cut these things, send them to the sisters in the lying ward. And with the patients who are more, we have some patients, we call them no baby, no home. She's admitted to on admission and will not be discharged until the baby is born.
Oh, okay.
And they were very decent, very nice. We talked. They were part of nurses. So we cut them, and then they will be, doing the parrot.
More like a social or recreational activity.
We take some papers, just put it 4 for 3 or so. We put the papers and then wrap it like that.
Yeah.
And then it's sent to autoclave.
Okay.
We weren't having a current CSSD.
Yes.
We used to have when the autoclave is faulty, we put this into a spirit. You find either a bottle or gallipot, not sterilized, and then you put them in. All you have to do is to take 2. You tie first tie, second tie, and that's what until we bring we brought the umbilical cord. Again, with difficulties, Kolebu will not buy. Medical stores, the man is there to supply, receive and supply. It is the administration. So I'm always fighting in administration for maternity, just to support, make it easier for the nurse so that they don't feel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And to also save the life of the child and mother.
Yes. Because this one, when it sleeps, the baby bleeds. So that was for the twine. For the twine.
One of the key things around in the 80s that you've been mentioned notably for is your own baby, the baby P.
Baby P came in when head of department. He was in person of Dr. J.B. Wilson. He was the head of department. I think he had attended a conference, outside conference, for International Federation of Gynecologists and Obstetricians.
Okay.
Gynecology and obstetrics.
Okay.
And that is where probably he heard about the partograph.
Okay.
You know, we had then started a postgraduate course in Ghana.
Okay.
This one I remember.
On obstetrics and gynecology. Yes. Okay.
Which Professor Kokume is pioneer. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think, I don't know whether West African College of Physicians, what is it? West African College of Physicians, Surgeons and Physicians. Yes.
Physicians and surgeons.
Was I don't know whether it was I don't know, but he met my friend Dr. Barbara Quartz.
Okay.
At the Figo.
Okay.
When he came back, he told me he's going to invite a certain lady for us to come and talk to us at the partograph, of which I knew of it. Oh. Because when I finished my registration with UKCC as a general nurse, and I was taking agencies, I go to hospitals in Britain, London.
Sorry, it's okay.
Don't worry. Anytime I go, I tell them, because of my midwifery background, I'm always posted to gynae.
Okay.
Because I haven't done part 2. But then, when I get there, I tell them with my free period, I want to be attached to obstetrics.
Okay.
Yes. I see the matron. The matron takes me to the head of department. So I knew this, in areas sometimes you go, you don't have scissors, fetal stethoscope. You can even use your ears to listen to the fetal heart. And even what? Toilet roll.
Yes.
Oh, what is this?
You're another, innovation.
Innovative, yes. Very, very. Yes. And very interesting. You can even tell the husband, when you teach the wife, and when she goes home, you can even ask the husband to, come and put your ears on my abdomen. You hear the fetal heart. You can't find it.
So these ones were your tools. That was with you.
That's
always.
That's my working tools.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
When I traveled.
Now it looked like at a point you were barely in the hospital. You were always on the move. How were you balancing that?
I was balancing, and it nearly affected my promotion.
Wow.
Yes. But one thing was that whenever I traveled and come back, I teach.
Okay.
Whatever I learned, if it's skills, I come to teach. I was organizing in service within my department with no support from anybody. Because I didn't want that some of the doctors could be bullied. And I didn't want any of my midwives or myself to go in any stray. But they didn't. You work. I'll get a thing for you to work.
Yes.
But then, and again, I was very strict. And then when I come back, I find time to read in the report. Mostly when I read the report and find that something has gone wrong.
Yes.
I'll call you. What happened? What happened? When I close from work from labor ward and I'm going home, I pass through maternity OPD to see cases that are waiting to be taken to labor ward. I remember one case. The doctor came and apologized to me the following day. When I got to the OPD, I realized that the midwife had referred a patient, for and then I went and told the doctor that there's a patient there who has been referred. Please, the way he has been kept long in the facility, I begged him to send the patient to the labor ward so that my nurses midwives can monitor him. And I sent a message to the labor ward that a patient is coming, nobody should refuse that patient. They agreed, and I went home. I came back in the morning. As soon as I got there, the nurses were, I didn't know. So the senior midwife on night duty came to me, Nana, this is not our fault. I said, what is it? A ruptured uterus. A ruptured uterus in the department. How come? He said they brought the case from what?
Oh.
And then when they realized the head was in perineum, and the woman, fortunately, when the patient got to the labor ward, we have a doctor's room in the labor ward. One of the obstetricians was there. They called him and immediately rushed the woman to the theater. Okay. We were able to save the baby.
Wow.
But the uterus had ruptured.
Wow. There seems to be quite a lot of emotional attachment as a midwife.
Yes.
Almost every day.
Yes.
How are you managing that?
Sir, I don't know, brother. It's the same as health visitor. In UK, they call it health visitor.
Ah.
In Ghana, we call it public health.
Oh.
In certain areas, they call community health.
Okay.
But our community health are the auxiliary, the second in
Oh, okay. So she talks about further courses at the universities in America and Sweden, work in UK hospital, and also qualified as a general nurse there. She worked in Confanochi Hospital. It was not a teaching hospital.
No, yeah, it wasn't a teaching hospital.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that is where I was trained.
Oh, okay. Ridge Hospital.
They used to call it G.
Oh, yeah.
Named after the contractor.
Oh.
The contractor was G.
Okay.
So I'm going to G Hospital.
Oh, okay. So he talks about all that, and she's currently the principal nursing officer.
So I was a PNO.
Yes, in charge of the two main labor and delivery suites in Kolobite. She assists in the training of medical students and student midwives. In addition to a busy schedule, she is the queen mother of Apamprem, one of the sub-stools directly under the Asante.
It hasn't been easy at all.
She rules under the stool name of Nana Sewa. So it was while still being a midwife, you were made a queen mother.
Yes.
Now we know how culture and its impact on maternal health and all the cultural beliefs and all that. How have you been able to manage both?
The stool is there in my house.
Okay.
So earlier on, my mother told me that because of the stool, I have to be very careful in whatever. And I forgot to tell you that when I was school, I went to Agogo. Initially, I started school in Kumasi Methodist Primary. And then at Aswansi Methodist Middle, Form 2. Excuse me. Form 3, I went to Agogo Girls Boarding, a Basel mission. And then while at the school, I was a school nurse. And at Agogo Hospital, it's just nurse after the teacher's training and the school. That was where my second interest in nursing even came in.
Okay. So that's where the interest came?
Yes.
Okay.
And then there's two.
Oh. Join her funeral.
Yes. And interestingly, when I go to Kumasi and come back, I've gone to take dancing crown. They've done dancing crown on me. So you see me with a wig. And one of my doctors, some of them, when they realize that I've come and they are on duty, then you hear them because I'm troublesome. I won't allow them to do whatever they want to do. So We are Bonia, me 2 week. We are Bonia, me 2 week. That means when they are misbehaving in the labor ward, I shouldn't talk. But me talk.
Because if you talk,
when they are delaying cases, I'll ask you. No, I'm not interested. Please, just no. This one, take a let's go and do section. Are you the one who is going to defend me at the morning meeting? I said, I'm not the one, but please. I've seen something I can't stand. And she asked me, what is it? I said, just in the news. She said, Nana, she was at Takoradi attending a wedding. I said, my God, can I have some of your degree students? She said, they've scattered, but I can manage and get you few. And the few she mentioned, I've been always praying for. They did very well. So I said, I'm going to 37 the following day. And I even have another friend from Dansuman. See, it isn't this time that we have the cell phone. We were using the landline. With difficulty, I had few friends. So I went. And when I went there, I reported myself to the administration. That I'm
less patient.
Yes.
I was bringing respite to overburdened staff of the hospital. This is incredible.
Very.
Now this brings to mind, you were almost emotional at this point, and it remembers how emotional you were when you got this presidential award from the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association.
You know
why were you in
you
that
understand?
scene?
Apart from that, that's your
president. Perpetua. Yes, Antoine.
I don't know whether I should mention it.
Mention all the titles.
I should mention it.
You should. You call her Yas Antoine.
You call her Yas Antoine?
Yes.
This girl, this lady, this woman. You mention it.
Go ahead.
Is it appropriate?
Perpetua.
Is it appropriate to mention it?
Give her titles if you want to.
You see, for the work that I've done, you know.
Yeah.
And before I say this one, apart from chief executive, Kolebu at that time, medical administrator, when I did accreditation, she wrote a letter to thank me, Dr. Hobu Smith.
Yeah.
You see that one?
Yes.
I used my own resources to arrange, to prepare the department for accreditation of the for West African College of Surgeons and the surgeons, physicians and surgeons, because we needed painting and whatnot. My own resources.
Wow.
And that's why she wrote a letter. Perpetua. For all this, and nobody noticed. I've mentioned, apart from Dr. Brigadier and few other, and then this thing. Now that I've gone on pension 4 years ago, for this woman, Yas Antoine, to remember what I did to her, she didn't take it as a punishment, but out of it has come out of this girl. I was very emotional. I couldn't say a word. Because the responses that I had, others were, it's long overdue. Now, who should have done it before Perpetua? Did somebody recognize what I've done?
No.
Like Sister Victoria Otu was saying, that when she was asking about the first black matron at maternity of Kolebu, if you ask, nobody will know. That day, I came home, that night I couldn't sleep. And I kept asking, who is this girl? Who is this girl, Perpetua? Lord, thank you so much for giving us somebody like that. This small girl. In 1994, 204, 14, 30 years for this girl to recognize me whilst I'm alive. Don't let me be emotional. At that time, I did my legs, the knee replacement in 2007. So 2006 that I was going to 37 to render services. And I thank Dr. Marapari, the nurses that he gave me. Perpetual had come to the Department of Obs and Gynae. As a student, they were coming for clinical attachment.
You're welcome back on that perpetual note. When Nana Kusi Yabua was talking about how she was recognized after all her years of service by the Nursing and Midwifery Association. Now, guys, Nana Kusi Yabua obviously is miles apart. Miles apart. How else were we supposed to celebrate this woman? She recounts how Madam Perpetual, the current president of GRNMA, was her student. And whilst being a student and went in for clinicals, I think there was a time she didn't show up or she was not around or something. And when she showed up, a report was sent to Nana Kusi Yabua at 37 Hospital, because I think she worked there briefly also. And whilst they took the report to her, she asked to see Madam Perpetua, and subsequently there was a punishment. And following that punishment, this is the same person who rises to become the president of the association that recognizes her as as a lifetime achiever for the presidential award. And that was the point where we had to drop in the video so that, like we said, we'll have the full video up on YouTube. But how does this whole thing sound? That was quite a touching moment. Yeah, awarding or rewarding people who sometimes in the field of nursing we think, they were so harsh on us, they were so hard on us. And Madam Perpetua goes ahead to institute the presidential award. And the first person to receive it was Nana Kusi Yabua. Courage.
Yeah. So obviously, that it just tells you about a student who is willing to be corrected, a student who is willing to improve, and a mentor who is just not okay with anything. A mentor who wants to get the best out of her students. And I think it's the way to go. Like, sometimes familiarity sets in and we let students off and they do just anything. And that is risky, because if you want the good of that student, you would ensure that that student is at his or her best all the time. As you likened it earlier, before we went on break, about the similarities. Let me tell you a story. That one time on a night, I started something on night duty that if you take a rest, once it's 2 hours, the alarm will bell, and you have to compulsorily get up. My staff didn't like the idea, and because as leading the department, I started running nights myself to ensure compliance. They didn't like it. Then I remembered when I left for residency, and before I would leave, we had a situation where we had like a lot of high dependency patients and unconscious patients. But because of how we were up and monitoring these patients, their outcomes were better. The families were happy. about it. I think one even got discharged and went home because didn't get that care, continuous care at home. The patient, they made a mistake at home and the patient passed on. Then during my residency, something happened the last time. I said, if my courage were here, this would never happen.
So were they insisting that, I mean, you were
at
a
the
harsh
time,
person?
At the time, they felt it was too tough. But eventually, it is, they've seen the results. And so they don't see why a student will come and lay bed and want to sleep. Some of them come on night duty. The moment they come on night duty, the first thing they want to do is to lay their bed sheets in a corner somewhere before they even start doing something. So you don't need to be comfortable with letting the students, even despite the numbers, we must strive to, I don't want to use the word be on them, but we must strive to insist and ensure that the students learn, that the students do the best. That is about mentorship. If I'm going, you are going. Today, I'm a pediatric nurse specialist, and I can say a lot about midwifery because of the mentorship I had during my ops affiliation. I did my ops affiliation in the Papasi at a time when there were only 3 midwives in the entire facility. They were doing antenatal, postnatal, like everything. And so on night duty, with the student interns run the night with ward assistants. And if there is a labor case, you call them. So if you are off and the midwife is called, they'll come and knock on your window. Let's go. And you go. Those were the times that when you go for your ops affiliation, even as a general nurse, you should be able to do 30 deliveries.
Really?
And 15 placenta deliveries before you come back. And they insisted that before they even sign your logbook, they've seen you do the thing. You still have to come and sit down in front of them and answer questions.
Did you do any of the deliveries?
Yes, I did. In fact, my very first delivery, unsupervised, happened to be a primate.
Wow.
What's a primate?
Yes.
What's a primate?
Someone who has never delivered.
Who has not delivered before.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
And so I had to do that for the first time alone. And interestingly, it was nice. It was a nice experience because there was also a cultural contest where, per the tribe, she's not supposed to shout during delivery, because if you shout, it means you cheated on your partner. Yes. And your mother-in-law brought you and she's outside.
Wow.
And after that night, I conducted 3 deliveries. My night unsupervised. So, by virtue of the training I have, like, I didn't say at the time I was training as a general nurse. Once ops and gynae, obstetric and gynecology was part of my training, we took it seriously because we had mentors who ensured that we took seriously. We had the likes of like Whole Teaching Hospital, then Trafalgar, the regional hospital. I remembered first year we were on the ward and there was this unconscious patient. And then in charge, Sister Nancy at the time and Sister Edith Ekmo, they asked us to prepare for bed bath. We did bed bath, did mouth care, and all those things. So after everything, whilst they were smearing pomade, this patient just took in a deep breath, and I realized my in charge's face changed. He said, bring the emergency tray. She started giving CPR and all those things. Then after a long time, she asked, what is Florence Nightingale's, Virginia Henderson's definition of nursing? It's like, we are doing resuscitation of Virginia Henderson's definition of nursing. So we define to help an individual sick or well in the performance of those activities, contributing to health or its recovery or to a peaceful death. I said, okay, so be proud, you've done your part. Now let's wheel the patient to the treatment room and disconnect. I was like, It was then that it occurred to me that we virtually actually did the last moments for this patient. Yes. And at that point, she was still linking theory
to practice.
It stayed with me that even at the point of death, you still need to give off your best to the patient. So they mentored us. And so we must also learn from this and be able to mentor our juniors.
Wow. That was very deep. Very deep. I love that. And your delivery bits, well done. You've done well. So on the note of mentorship and on the subsequent parts of Nana's story, as a woman, how was it sitting with you?
In fact, Nana's journey has been very remarkable. And like I said earlier, I have been inspired through and through. And she was very deserving of the award. I said I was at the ceremony, and you realize she was that emotional and also very happy at the same time that all that she did got recognized. And that is what awards do. And the fact that I have kept my eye on her since that day, and knowing all these innovations she brought into the midwifery profession. And so mentorship is very important. Imagine if you have someone like this as a mentor, how will you feel? You will not feel. And she will ensure that you do everything right. And so, yes, we have mentors here and there. I think this current generation, we should take it seriously. I mean, it's not just sitting down and waiting for somebody to come and connect you to someone. Wherever you are, you can be at Kolebu, or you can be at a very remote place. Identify someone in your facility who you admire, how they work, the aesthetics, you see, the way they do their things. You can approach them, and if they are ready to take you on, you can start from there. Mentorship is very, very important in this day and age. And learning about Nana's journey, I have been inspired. And like I said, I have set my eye on her now. More like a role model, trying to follow her. Look at how organized she is, even at her age. She has
her letters.
She has everything well packed. Some of us, you ask us where our diploma certificates are, you have to go and search.
All her letters, admission letters, everything.
She has everything
photos
ready, and as you ask, she brings it out.
Them out,
and she knows where it is. And we should learn. I mean, all these organizational skills, it doesn't come. You get somebody like that, you follow her, you look at her, what she's doing, that's right. You can pick it up, and also wherever you are, whatever corner you are, you can just start small. And by the time you are her age, you may even do better. So mentorship, I think, is very important. And everyone, once you are a nurse, you should get a mentor. A senior professional. I mean, they are there. Now we have seen Nana. There may be other Nanas hidden somewhere that we don't even know of. So wherever you are, whoever you can identify as a role model or a mentor, go on, and I'm sure it will help you. That is what
talking about awards, you have received some of the awards. And Courage, I don't know if your memory serves you right, it's a year now that you also received some award from the association through the president on May Day, right? But specifically on the GRNMA awards. And for those of you who are not aware, nominations have opened for the GRNMA awards, the most prestigious awards for nurses and midwives in Ghana. If you have to pay to be nominated, if you have to pay to win an award, that is not an award. Or to vote and all that and asking people to do, that is not an award. That is, I mean, something else. But the process and procedures that goes into the GRNMA awards.
It's not easy.
It's, I don't know, you have been through it. Now, we've opened, the nominations have been opened for you to file. Go to the Ghana Registered Nurse and Midwife Facebook page. The links are all over there, and you can do that. But how rigorous is the GRNMA awards for you to earn it?
Yeah.
I mean, how rigorous? You received that.
That's rigorous.
Yeah.
In fact, it started from the nominations.
So what's the process like?
So now that nominations are out, you just apply wherever. For mine, it was the Chief Superintendent, AC GRNMA Police Service Nurse Midwife Award.
Definitely.
And so you have some criteria you have to meet before you can actually apply or get nominated. And so after all that, the committee receives your nomination. They will notify you via email and let you know when you are supposed to come for interview, what they expect of you and what you are supposed to bring to the interview. And for me, the interview was a learning process.
Really?
A whole learning experience.
What
for
was
me.
the makeup of the interview?
I was supposed to do a poster. I was supposed to do a poster presentation.
Wow.
And I had never been on any interview award show like that before, so I didn't know what to expect. I came here and met a panel, not just any panel. They know their stuff. And so I did my poster presentation. I brought it with all my certificates or any other relevant documents.
Wow.
And they go through it, they question you, they let you tell you about yourself, you tell them about yourself, and you do the poster presentation. So mine was particularly in relation to my innovation in establishing the cervical cancer screening and treatment center at the police hospital. And so how the journey began and everything about it. So you take questions from the panel as well.
You have done your innovation, they are going to ask you questions again.
There were about 7 of them. Yes, so you get questions, and the questions, I mean, not just about the work we do. Yes, you get a lot of that and other areas, current affairs, everything and anything at all. But the good news is, what you don't know, you don't leave not knowing. You are taught there and then. So whatever question you couldn't do justice to, you will learn. It was a learning experience for me. And after that, they will let you know if you made it or not. So if you did, then that is where the fun begins. You know, you have booked a slot at the Kempinski, you know, and it was just fun through and through. I enjoyed every bit of it. And yes, it was rigorous, but it was very necessary. And I learned a lot. And so I encourage hardworking nurses. Please take a shot at it. You could be the next winner.
Yeah.
Yes, so that is what I have to say about it.
How has it been like for you since you received the award?
It has put me on my toes.
Wow.
And now I want to know about a little bit about everything. Aside the work I do, you know, you have to know about your environment. You should know about the communities where you work. You should know, yes, you're nursing and midwifery, you know it. You should be interested in other things. You see, we live in this environment. I had questions on illegal mining, which was trending at that time. So the current trends, you should be in the know. So it took my mind there. And so now I am watching the news. I want to be abreast of any current information that is out there. And also know about the profession. Once you say this is your profession, you should at least be interested. Find time. Now I go on social media small. I remember that I have to don't just stay on the social media for too long. Please use this time to also learn something new. So I am learning something new every time, and transferring what I know to my colleagues as well. Because when I went, whatever I was taught there, I shared it with them. And so it has been a transformative journey, I should say. And I urge my other colleagues to also get on board. Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Now, how important is it, Courage? I mean, all these awards, and I know you have very much extensive knowledge about recognizing nurses who are doing incredibly well. For you from the Volta region, I know you have some bragging rights to do. Yeah, to the national awards, and you have to give us. I mean, some questions are coming in about you giving us the recipe to what you've done. I mean, what is this bragging rights? Everybody seems to suggest you have some bragging rights to do, and how do you see this whole recognition thing empowering the next generation of nurses? Yeah.
Okay. So while I address that, I would take the opportunity to demystify a few things as well about the awards. Oftentimes you hear, oh, they know the people going to win already, they know them already. So don't worry yourself. I know if Miriam, who won 2024, is watching, she would probably be smiling as I say this, though I was a Volta regional chairman, but at the point, my assistant treasurer linked her up with me when she was preparing. In fact, she gave up.
Wow.
She didn't want to go for the interview. Then she called and we had a conversation. After the conversation, she said, Chairman, are you sure? And I said, your region is competing my regional, but I've given you all that hope. In fact, I was sure that I was going to win until I heard from you. And I'm telling you that you can win this. So go for it. So
was that just a psychological ploy, or
no?
You saw
I
something you saw?
Based on, we have a standard as a region as to how we go about these things, and using our standard to judge her, I knew she had done a good job, and she could win, and she is a contender. And so even before we came for the award ceremony, I remembered in a meeting with my people, I said, hey, we have a contender who is going to challenge us for this award, obviously, because sometimes you are just in your corner working and you think, oh, you have it all. But until you hear, there is a saying in there that like if you don't travel a lot, you think your mom prepares the best meal.
Yeah.
Obviously. So,
but on Mother's Day, everybody's mom prepares the best meal.
The best meal.
Yeah.
So, basically, having said that, and when she went, somebody who was told by her colleagues that they know the winner already, and she almost gave up, became the national best in 2004.
2024.
2024, sorry.
Yeah.
So, this is what we do. I've been on the panel at the regional level for 6 years. This will be my 7th year in selecting our regional best.
Okay, so you, at the regional level, groom your people?
So what we do is that by February every year, we would have started getting nominations from the districts.
Okay.
Now, the districts are required to get a selection panel. So, sub-districts, you know, because of the way our system works, so you have the sub-districts, then the Ghana Health Service facilities, the teaching hospital facilities, and the nursing and midwifery schools. So the sub-districts, under the district health directorate, you have the sub-districts.
Okay.
So the sub-districts will nominate their best, so they would now go for their interview at the district health directorate.
Okay.
Then those in the hospitals, you know, some wards are more than a health center.
Yeah, some hospitals. Yeah.
So the hospitals will do their nomination. Now, the first 3 from the hospital will now compete the first 3 from the district level.
Oh.
That's the DHD.
Okay.
That is what we do in Volta. Then these 6 will now compete for the ultimate to become the district best. So whoever becomes the district best now comes for the interview at the regional level. In fact, if you come for that interview and you've not gone through the rigorous selection process, you're already out. Yes, because when the award started, there were issues where people come and I don't even, they just called me to come, and those ones. So we were having challenges. And so we needed to make the system more tighter because we're missing out. We missed out on the first two. And so we made it an intentional process to be better. Then the regional process to constitute panel, like very senior people on that panel.
Wow.
And just as she said, you see, you don't come and just say that I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. We would query you, we would drill you.
At the regional level?
Yes. To confirm that you actually did them. And beyond doing it, we would check, we would do background checks to confirm the things you claim you did. And I must admit, a lot of nurses are doing wonderful things.
Okay.
Most of the time, the problem is that they don't document, they don't own the process.
They don't journal.
Yes. And even from, for instance, you identify that your delivery ward, you need a delivery ward in this facility because of the number of deliveries coming. And because of the distance, you can also not be referring patients for laboratories.
Yes.
Then they go and sit in the office of director. Director, I need this. I went and I spoke to these people. They are willing to help us. You see, instead of going to director's office to tell director, what you should do is to put up a concept note. Add a memo to that concept note and forward it to director. When they receive it, pick your copy. Then you've owned that process. You get the point. You've owned the process. So when the discussion you've had with the people informally, formalize it. Due to social and so discussions we've had, I'm following up with this letter for you to help us with this. Keep your copy. What you need from the DHD is a cover letter for your letter to the people, introducing you. Then you can own the process. A lot of the times people don't do these things. And so they do so much and they cannot own it. Then the directors take the glory.
Take over.
For it, you see, and that's the unfortunate thing. So we confirm whatever you do, okay, you go through that drill and rigor. And so by the time you come for the regional selection process, you are already there. And so that is how come we have already won it twice, two times in 3 years already. And we are pretty much intentional that the people who come for the regional best nurse selection awards from the various districts, we are able to pick that, no, this person, though you cannot win the world best, you've done something unique when it comes to rural service, when it comes to, let's say, advocacy.
Innovation.
I recall, I think, when our best nurse, the national best nurse, obviously from our region.
Which one are you talking about?
Beatrice.
The current, the reigning.
When she came for the interview, I recall, before she came, they did the special awards.
Okay.
So the one who came for the advocacy came, and the question was, how on earth were you not the regional best? In fact, if the regional best comes, and it's not up to you, it will change the story. When she finished her interview, she was asked to kneel down before Auntie Alice to bless her.
Wow.
Yes. And if you see where British works, you were there to take videos and all those things, and you could see how conflicts had made that place like almost difficult to work in. But she didn't only allow that to affect her, but she delivered and she made a mark. So I want to tell all our viewers, all our members that, see, wherever you work, whatever you do, once it's good, once it's making impact in people's life, you'll repeat it. It's that simple. In my region, for instance, that is why you have a situation where someone who comes for a special award, they'll say, how on earth? Because by the time we finish the selection process, the difference is 0.5. 1. That is the difference in the scores. Now, the bit about current affairs only take minute of the thing, but it's what you actually did, your knowledge on your clinical practice, the innovations, and how you own that process. That is like the big deal about the whole selection process. So we don't know. Beatrice, for instance, I met her for the very first time when she appeared before the panel. Wow. I think when we came that morning and they were taking pictures, that was when I saw her first. for the first time. I didn't even know her name. And people will say that, oh, usually interviews, when they are getting to the end, then they are tired. No, you can't be tired. The panel had like top-notch people who know their staffs. Like, I'm sure when she came and left, she wasn't sure she was going to leave because of the way she was drilled. And one thing they will test is your temperament as well.
I see.
Because that affects you as a nurse, how temperamental you can be. Because our first two batches of people, they will come back with stories and all those things because they were testing their temperament. So basically, everybody can win this award. That is only the regional best nurse culminating in the national best nurse. But we have other categories like the
special awards.
Special awards, the rural advocacy, research.
Please apply.
Yes.
Apply. Those ones you don't need to apply through the region. Apply.
We are hoping to also bring in digital influencer awards. That one we will push it. The media committee is going to push it strongly. Our chairman is appreciative of every person, every member out there who has been supporting us.
I won't be surprised if all gets that.
Why? You can't be taking all of that. But our chairman, Reverend Fremon Japon, who is leading the charge at the media committee, with so much support from the national executives and Madam Perpetual, making sure that we bring to you, through the Nurses Cafe, stories of change, personality features, so that wherever you are, you can also watch and be inspired. And this year, we are celebrating Nana Kwesi Yeboah. And we, at this point, we have watched some part of her life. It's going to be live on Facebook and YouTube. And we've had discussion coming from very significant, on their way to legendary nurses who have come to share their stories with us. But for you who is out there and watching us on our socials, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Carol Brony. You are gradually becoming a great influencer out there, and I urge you to continue what you're doing. That's Mama Carol. She's been doing public health advocacy using socials. Some of us were there years ago. We started doing health blogging years ago, and we're gradually advancing into so many other things. What is it about this influencer role is you get so many opportunities out there, and you have to make good use of it. Like you said, let's make good use of the opportunities we have. Nana Royals, Abena Techua, Erika J. Mensa, Amega Doji, and our own Ideas Coleman is following so closely about all happenings. So thank you so much, everybody who have been watching live. We really appreciate you for joining us on this one. We are going to take some last words from our guests who have graced this program, but we are grateful and we are looking forward to your nominations for the awards. We are looking forward to you joining us on International Nurses Day. And if you have any nurse out there that you think has been outstanding, like you have suggested, we celebrate our nurses, please send us a direct message on socials and we will gladly follow up and we'll feature their stories right here with you. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. You spent so much time with us. I'm sure you have so many things to do. But everybody will want to hear some last words from you.
Okay.
So this one, you don't want ladies first, the way you have already turned.
I would say that largely professionally, I'm where I am because of the people who molded me. I'm eternally grateful to my parents. I'm grateful to my tutors, my mentors, particularly one that deserves a special mention. Miss Patricia Asmache. She was my very first nurse manager. And everybody in the Volta region who hears this woman's name knows like the incredible job that woman had done in Hogway Hospital, now Volta Regional Hospital. In fact, there was a point in time that if you want a nurse manager, the best place to pick from is Hoppe because of how she mentored us, basically. She is also a trailblazer, and I'm glad to have gone through her hands. Some of us are lucky that we took some of the opportunities. We never say no to anything, like always ready. It comes at a cost, but it builds you and it makes you a better person. And so I want to encourage all our colleagues there that let's continue to be at our best. Let's continue to do our best, and also to thank our families who continue to endure our excesses even whilst we are working.
Okay.
Thank you.
For me, I will end by saying that Nana's story is proof that when nurses and midwives are given the chance, are trained, are educated, are empowered, there's a lot we can do. We can save lives, we can mentor the future generation, and overall improve health outcomes. And talking about mentorship, I have also had some great mentors in my life. I started all the way from the Komfanoche Teaching Hospital, and I worked at the Mankranso District Hospital. Also, I met, when we went, there were only 2 old midwives. They were tired. So the day we reported 3 rotation midwives, one said, oh, let me go on this leave. I have always been wanting to go. So Ma Millicent was there. She guided us and left the work for us. So we were antenatal nurses, labor ward nurses, postnatal nurses, family planning. We were doing everything. And it helped us a lot. We learned a lot. Coming back here to Accra, I met nice directors at the Nursing Directorate, from Chief Superintendent Marufatu Esi Brahima. Our current DNS is ACP Dr. Japion. I also had the opportunity to do, I'll call it some sort of exchange program at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, where I was directly under the tutelage of DDNS Mavis Apatu, DDNS Julieta Mewu, and DDNS Dorisa J. They have all contributed immensely to who I have become today, and I am indeed very grateful to them. I thank God for my family too. My husband is very supportive. You see how late it is. He allowed me to be here. And so I am so grateful. I've left 3 kids with him, and he's babysitting. And
so happy Mother's Day to him or to you?
To both of us.
Okay.
So yes, it has been a nice time we've had here, and we are grateful. I'm happy the theme is Empowered Nurses Save Lives. So from everything we have discussed, I am sure you at home will agree with us that once a nurse or a midwife is empowered, yes, there is a lot, limitless things they can achieve. And so that is all I can say. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. We can't thank you enough for everything you do behind the scenes and everything you've come to share with us. And the story of Nana Kusi Yeboah, I'm not sure we are going to finish ever telling it. For anybody who is interested to meet Nana Kusi Yeboah, please let us know. We want to, she's ready to receive you, and she's ready to sit down and share more stories with you. And I'm sure that you will be leading them.
Oh, yes.
But most importantly, to every young nurse, to every young midwife out there, Nana Kusi Yeboah's story is a reminder that as much as it's important to chase everything, the titles, the belts, the promotions, it's even much more important to consider the impact and the legacy that we leave behind. That when you look back, you can say for sure that through my efforts, I have been able to do this, and I have been able to touch more lives.
Thank you, Nana Kusi-Yeboah, for giving us this opportunity. Thank you for leaving this legacy for us to be able to hold on to and to learn from. I believe that your name and your efforts and everything you have done has been written on the hearts and minds of many. And I believe that your journey will continue to inspire us and leave a level of compassion in our hearts and our minds as we work. This has been the Nurses Cafe. An appreciation to our sponsors, Madam Perpetual, and then the national executives, and to every member that took time to join us. We are grateful. Watch out for our next edition of Nurses Cafe. But in the meantime, make sure you visit our socials. Enjoy the full length of the documentary of Nana Kusi-Yeboah. Thank you. And like I said, this has been a Nurses Cafe. We are celebrating your service, we are preserving legacy, and we are inspiring the next generation of nurses and midwives in Ghana. Catch you. Cheers.
Mrs. Ruth Akujan, Rural Service Award.
I'm Veronica Nanting-Naturoso, a midwifery officer at Jolen Chip Compound. I started as an enrolled nurse. My project is on how I've been able to boost referral from 76% to 98%. 2019, when you refer a client to go to the secondary level, it's always difficult. And where we are is a rural community. We don't have any means or any emergency support system. We started with SET, but it didn't work. So we used to meet the women every week for health education and also the men. So I decided to start something small by giving them some small scale susu boxes, where after the health education, they dip something small inside for everybody. Then anytime we have emergency, they go there and then send the person to the higher level. After the person is okay, then they will come back and then refund the money back. My appreciation goes to GRNMA, the national executives, the regional executive, and the district executive, and every nurse or midwife for what they've been doing. And I also thank the staffs for always supporting us. Thank you.